back to the podcast. I'm your host, Brother Sean Brumfield, and today I've got Brother Jonathan Mitchell.
How's it going, everyone?
And Brother Ryan Brown.
Hey, everybody. You're still not done moving that thing?
No.
Like 15 minutes before you pushed the button for the music, and all we heard was...
I was mostly doing that for fun.
That, taking out my guitars in the background.
Yeah, that was pretty bad.
I'm just a wrecking ball.
Well, we're just getting adjusted to the remodeled studio, huh?
And the new chair. I like this chair.
Well, that's just the office chair.
I know, but it's nice.
It is a comfy chair.
It's very comfy.
Yeah.
Definitely more space in here now, though, a little.
Yeah, it does feel bigger.
I like the vinyling we did, or is it the paneling?
Paneling, yeah.
I like what we did.
Yep.
And I can say we because I helped.
Yeah. We had a blast, didn't we?
That was fun.
That was a lot of work.
A whole lot of work.
A whole lot of work.
We were up until like, what, 12:30, 1 o'clock?
Yeah, probably.
And then we came back the next day and did it for another 4 or 5 hours.
Moved everything in. But we got it all done pretty quickly, though.
Yeah, all things considered.
I would say, yeah.
It was a good time.
I'm pretty happy with the way it turned out. I'm regretting taking down the black wallpaper, but, it is what it is.
It is what it is.
Yeah.
You can paint the wall black.
Oh, that I could do. Never had a black wall before.
I would really stick out with my pale pasty skin against the black backdrop.
Well, you always had half of a black backdrop.
That's true.
So half of you was pale and pasty and stuck out.
Hopefully the good half.
Wow. Is there a good half?
Bigfoot. We had Casper on.
I never did understand that. Get my good side. My wife does that when we're taking pictures. She firmly believes that if she's standing one way versus the other, that the picture doesn't look good. I don't know.
I've heard that too.
But to me, like, look, it's still the same crooked nose. It's still a balding head. My belly sticks out either way. So I don't necessarily have it. I just have what side I have.
Yeah.
For me, it's so I can understand it because like one side of my head is thicker, like my hair is thicker. So that would be my good side compared to like this where it's or the side that I comb it over to is the one that's receding worse. So it doesn't look as bad on my left.
Yeah, but see, I'm blessed with the fact that mine just goes right down the middle.
It's just receding.
Yeah, mine's just saying see ya.
Just saying bye-bye.
A good old ball cap fixes it for the most part.
I used to be a ball cap guy, but I try not to wear them anymore. But I love wearing a hat.
Well, now that I'm not allowed to shave my head anymore, ball caps have become my friend on the weekends.
Why can't you shave your head?
Well, for one, my wife doesn't want me to.
Okay.
So that's one of them.
Because I remember when you did shave your head.
Yeah, oh yeah, I was slicking it. But I will say I felt like people take me more serious or more mature. And maybe it's just a thought thing. More than likely it is just a thought thing. But since I've been pastor and I felt like that, having not slicking my head kind of.
You're saying more mature with hair?
Yeah. And I think maybe it's because it's coming back grayer than it was before. I don't know. But I do feel like that they looked at me differently when I was shaving my head. Nothing wrong with it at all. It was just
better watch out. He might lynch you.
It was just how I felt. No, I never felt it like that. That's not what I mean. But I do have some older sisters at the church that told me never to do it again.
Really?
After I grew it out, I said, don't do that again.
Wow. Huh.
But I always joke with people, and I said 2020, everybody got up in our way, when everybody had to isolate themselves, and you didn't know when you were having church ever again, and when you did have church, who was going to be there. And so I can't tell you how many preachers I've seen that had, quote unquote, for fun, just grew out their beard for like a week or two. Well, I don't shave every day. I should, but I don't. I can't stand it.
I hate to shave.
But I can't grow it out. It drives me crazy. Like when I don't shave, there comes a point in time where it's like, okay, I've been 2 days. I got to shave it off whether I want to or not, because it just absolutely drives me nuts. I don't have any desire to have a beard. So all these people start growing beards. So I just tell people, I said, well, people were growing beards in 2020, and I can't do that, so I just let my hair grow back out.
No shave November.
No shave November.
Yeah.
For me, I just hate shaving so much. I hate it with a passion. But it doesn't. But I can't, like you, I can't stand to let it grow out because it gets so itchy. My skin gets irritated, and everyone tells me, they're like, if you just let it grow out a little bit longer, it'll be okay. And I'm like, I don't want to deal with the inconvenience of looking like a druggie scratching my neck the whole time because my facial hair is driving me nuts.
Tweaking. No, do you use like a razor, or do you use like an electric razor, straight blade? What do you use?
I use a shave bar. I shave in the shower, hot water. So
a shave bar?
Yeah.
What is that?
Dove. They make a shave bar. Like it's actually what they're supposed to do. So it lathers up and all that stuff because it's lotion too. So my skin.
No, I mean like, so you're talking about this is for like instead of
like you don't use a razor.
Yeah, I use a razor.
Well, that's what I'm.
But I use a shave bar instead of shaving cream.
Oh, okay.
I don't hardly ever use shaving cream, but
I have to use shaving.
But see,
cream.
Sometimes just hot water across the face.
Oh, I can't do that. So my face is my skin's extremely sensitive.
Yep.
I can't use certain, like we're allergic to certain. Basically, the only laundry detergent that I can use is the most expensive laundry detergent out there. I hate to say it, it's Tide. Anything else, and we've tried everything else, it'll mess me up. Yeah. Well, for my dad, because I got it. I believe I inherited some of this stuff from my dad. Like it was shutting his kidneys down. It was killing my dad, and we didn't know it. Like he got deathly sick, and it was shutting it down. The only thing that we can think of was Mom bought cheaper laundry detergent because she was always told that he was allergic, but never really did see it in action. So she just wondered if it. I mean, she wasn't trying to hurt him or nothing, but
if it was all in the head.
Yeah. Or if it just hurt my grandma and grandpa, but it didn't pass down. And so for the longest time, he was fine because it wasn't showing up on his skin, but it was killing his insides.
Wow.
Yeah. So, but for me, I got it on the other way around. Like it'll mess me up. So if I shave every day, I will have severe burn on my neck and stuff like that. Like my neck and my face right around in there, like to the point to where I will go a day or two without shaving if I know that we don't have church in between and I know I don't have to go anywhere. I'll go a day or two without shaving just so that it will go away, and then I'll do it all over again.
If I'm sick, if I'm going on vacation, I don't shave for the most part. I'll just let that bad boy, break out.
I shave twice a week, Sunday and Wednesday, and those are the days I have church.
Now that I'm teaching, I shave more than I did.
Yeah.
And pastoring and teaching, like it's more than most of the time I'm shaving every day where I didn't used to, but
I will do. So if I'm just going to maintain it, like going to work and stuff, I mean, I shave every day. So Sunday gets the razor, and then throughout the week, it's more mild to use a electric razor.
I did find an electric razor that works well. But I can't use it all the time because, like I said, it burns me up.
Norelco is the best, in my opinion.
I think that's what
I got. Yeah.
The 3-circle one or the straight?
The 3-circle.
Yeah, the 3-circle
by Phillips
best.
is what does it.
Yeah, that's what I got.
Brother Eugene Baker told me that. He's like, don't come to, when I went to Guatemala, he's like, don't bring a straight blade. He said, you'll get flesh-eating amoebas. He's like, go out there and get you a Norelco shaver. And I was like, that's the first thing I did before I went up down there. I went and got me one of them so I didn't get any flesh-eating amoebas.
That's horrible.
It was, I mean, they don't have running water.
Right. Yeah, they don't have like we do.
Yeah. So what they do is they have a water distributor, which comes down from the bottom of a lake, and they pump it up, and people pay to have that delivered to their house.
Right.
And then it's held in those water tanks and then pumped out, through their gas water pump or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's crazy. Water by the truckloads.
Yeah, that's why they tell you when you go out of country, don't drink the water, take your own.
Or if you go to the great state of Indiana sometimes. I think Eastern Indiana Youth Camp.
The bedrock. Or cut down into the bedrock.
Don't kill us, Brother Jeff.
Is that what happened last year with the water, or something happened?
Yeah, their well ran dry.
Well, they had their well. They had several different tiers of wells, and what they were really sitting on was technically a cistern, so it only got what ran into it, but they found out it was cracked, and they lost a ton of water that way. So they had to they had to bring in tons of water. They brought in fire truck after fire truck.
Yeah, but that's nothing new though. Like for
No.
our kids, it is.
Yeah.
You know, like our kids, because kids today are spoiled.
Yeah.
But I remember growing up in youth camp, there was no AC. Okay, it was not even in the sanctuary. Now, when I grew up, the only place that we had any place that was somewhat cool was in the cafeteria, not the kitchen, because the kitchen was
They're
excruciatingly hot.
Yeah, they're running the grills or whatever.
Right. But in the cafeteria, those were somewhat cool because they had all the fans. They had like circulating fans that they had actually built into the wall. So you were able to circulate air in, and the air movement itself cooled it off.
Right.
But AC was not something that we had when I was in youth camps, the one that I was raised in. And on top of that, it was water. So when you have, the youth camp that I was raised in, it wasn't nothing for them to have 150 kids. It was, at one point in time, it was the only youth camp in this area that people would go to.
What was the youth camp? If you don't mind?
Southern.
Okay. That's where
So I came in when a lot of people kind of split, and then we had more people doing their own little fellowships. But it was one of the bigger ones,
So I didn't go to church. I wasn't in church, but my church was big attendance of Southern Ohio at the time. I wasn't in church at the time, and I've heard stories about the hot and it.
Oh, there was, so the campgrounds was hot and the water was always cold. The only time you had hot water is when they delivered water and they delivered it warm. So if you knew that it was water delivery day during the week,
You got it.
be the first one in the shower so you'd get a somewhat warm shower. That's how I learned how to take a shower in 2 minutes.
That's the way I am with any camp. I'm the first one. I'm gonna be the first guy getting up. I'll get up at 6 a.m. to beat everybody to get to the water. Because in Shadeville, we had they had electric water heaters, and they just could not keep up. And then at times, I remember one year their well got full of iron.
Yeah,
and they had to put muriatic acid in the water
to kill it
all out. Well, and then once you heat that bad boy up, it smells like sulfur.
Yeah,
I mean it's 100% smells like rotten eggs when you're taking your shower. You're just like,
yeah,
like if you go in there with a flame, that water will catch on fire.
Yeah.
Like you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it's just. But like I absolutely hate a cold shower. And then again, I hate a scalding hot shower too. Like I want to be like
no, I gotta have
right
it.
in the
It's gotta
middle.
be warm.
Yeah.
I don't like a cold shower. I don't like an extremely hot shower. The only time that a hot shower feels good to me is if I've done something to my back especially when my back was down.
Yeah.
I would sit and just let that really hot water go against my back.
Or if you got a migraine or something, it's really good for that too.
No,
I'd
migraine,
do pretty hot.
migraine, it hurts me.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because I feel like it's rushing all my blood back to my head, which causes my head to pound even
See,
more.
I feel like it helps drain it out.
I don't do a cold shower then either because I feel like it's so migraine's warm.
Terrible.
Yeah.
For me, if I have a migraine, I want to do the hot shower and then some of that aroma, like eucalyptus, like
Oh no, man.
stuff in the bottom that helps like open up.
That's one of the few times I'll take medicine and then I turn all the lights off and I shut
to bed.
myself up in the room and I go to bed.
So usually, like if I get a migraine, I take 2 Excedrin and a Mountain Dew, sit in a dark room, and just close my eyes, and then pray to God and Almighty that He helps me because when I'm down with a migraine, it can be like it's bad. Like it's one of the worst things like for me to deal with is like because my brain never stops moving. It's hard for that's why I don't sleep very good because I can't turn my brain off. But what I do, like for me, like even at night, like if I wake up, I'm just awake. I just can't sit there because I'll lose my mind. But when I have a migraine, like I can't. It's not like I'm going to turn my phone on and watch something. I don't want any sound. I want it to be absolute silence. So I'll just sit there in a dark room and I'm just staring. And it's like my brain, it's like it's so hard.
I have to go to bed.
So I try to force myself to sleep, but sometimes it's hard for me to do that. I don't know. I haven't got diagnosed. But
Well, I will say 2 Excedrin, which is nothing but caffeine pills, and a Mountain Dew, which is nothing but caffeine, could be the reason why your brain don't shut off
I
during
take
migraines.
like 4 or 5 ibuprofen.
Whatever the Excedrin does it, the trick. The
Whatever
Excedrin and Mountain Dew usually helps me.
I take 4 500 milligram Tylenol.
So Tylenol don't touch nothing for me.
That's why I take 4 of them. Extra
Well, that's what I'm saying. I take 4 or 5 of the ibuprofen,
Yeah.
and by that point you're up to like 1,500 milligrams, and
Yeah.
you're probably going to OD. But see, I get
At least your head will feel better.
well, I get my migraines. I have auroras. Do you know what that is? Is where
I know.
you see lightning bolts.
Mm-hmm.
So the first time it happened to me, I was 21. Yeah, 21, 22. I thought I started seeing these. Son, disgrace my pillow and
That pillow's driving me nuts.
All
why-
of that's caught on camera. That's
Yeah.
Fine.
hilarious.
That's okay.
I'm going to zoom in specifically.
That's fine.
Especially his face he was making. Did you see his face where he's
Yeah.
trying to be quiet?
I was trying. But
So
that'll be a short.
first time it happened to me, I was sitting in my office and I started seeing these random lightning bolts coming down. And I was like, this is weird. So I went to go grab for my keyboard, overgrabbed my keyboard, hit my monitor, knocked my monitor clear onto the floor, just about busted it. And so my family has history of aneurysms and strokes. And so I was like, this is it. I'm going to be out of here. So I called my mom. I'm like, you got to come pick me up and take me to the hospital. I was like, I can't drive. I can't do nothing. And I got there and they did like a whole MRI of my brain and all that. And they were like, no, you just have you have this crazy symptom that comes with migraines called auroras, which means, which is auroras, I think in Greek means lights.
Mm-hmm.
Is how it comes. Or no, not Greek, Latin, I think is what it is. And they gave me this, they were like, we're going to give you a special cocktail that we have. And I'm like, what? So they put an IV in me and they put in this stuff. It's like Zofran, morphine, and like something else. Like it was like crazy. And they were like, this is going to make you act a little weird and going to put you to sleep. I'm like, nah, I'm very observant. And she got halfway through the push. And I was like, it knocked me out, dude. It was, but yeah, that was the scariest migraine I ever had. Cause I thought I was going to leave this world, man.
Yeah. I see spots, like color dots all the time. I used to get them all the time. I don't get them so much now, but I used to get them all the time. Have you ever seen those videos where people have like their teeth pulled, the wisdom teeth?
Oh yeah.
Where people come in. So my wife tried to do that with me when I had my 2 wisdom teeth pulled.
Yeah.
Like she set up the video camera. And so I will tell myself, I remember saying all this stuff. Like it's not out of my memory. I remember it. So they give you, what is it? Fentanyl.
Yeah.
Like a little bit of fentanyl, and they put you to sleep. Because the doctor was like, you have a choice. If you go this much, it's going to be this amount of money. Or if we go this route, it's going to be this amount of money, which was only like $200 more. And so in my mind, I'm thinking, okay, do I skimp on the $200 and feel you guys crunching my tooth out of my skull? And I got 2 of these to go through. Or do I just suck it up, pay the $200 and sleep get some of the best sleep that I've ever had in my life? I was like, yeah, put me out. Like,
Same.
I've had braces. I've had teeth pulled. I've had all that stuff. Like, yeah, I've been through it. I've lived through it. I've been through it. I don't want to deal with that, especially with, my wisdom teeth. So when I got in the dentist chair and they laid me back, they have a light, like a big fluorescent light. And instead of it having like a regular clear light cover, it was a scene. And I guess it was supposed to be calming when you're like up in your, in a dentist chair and you're looking up. So it was like an ocean scene. So you had like angelfish and you had, tropical fish kind of in there and coral and all that stuff. So when they lay me back, that's what I see. I see this little picture view of, this nice little scenery. Like I said, I think it's supposed to just keep your nerves. You just focus on it. It keeps your nerves down. So they lay me back, they check everything out, and then they put the IV in me, which is fine. And then I hear them say, okay, we're going to do such and such milligrams of fentanyl. And so they shoot that in me, and that's it. I'm gone. And I felt like it was like 5 minutes. It was 2 hours.
Yeah.
Or whatever the case may be. I don't know that it was necessarily 2 hours, but it was, hour and a half, whatever. And when I come to, the first thing I see is that that thing. Well, that medicine's still with me, so the fish are swimming. Okay, because I'm loopy. Like I'm being honest with you. It's like that's fentanyl.
Absolutely.
That's fentanyl and whatever else they shoot into you.
You're higher than a kite right
exactly.
now. Yeah.
So when I come to, like, those fish just ain't there. They're swimming. Like, I feel like I'm in an aquarium at this point. And I hear the nurse ask, "Are you okay?" Because I guess I just look like I got fixated. And I said, she's like, "Are you okay?" And I was like, "Yeah, I'm just watching the fish swim." And that was how I answered. Well, they went to my wife and they're laughing, because it's untelling what they hear. So they go to my wife and they're laughing, to which my wife thinks I'm going to be able to get him because, he's watching the fish swim and all that stuff. So they walk me out. I'm out of it. I'm not at all cohesive or coherent or whatever, whatever the case may be.
Are you cohesive?
I'm
right
not cohesive.
Oh, I'm sticky.
So she walks me out to the car, and I am, still loopy. I'm still under the effects of all that stuff. I got all these galls in my mouth. You can't hardly talk. It's just it is what it is. So my wife thinks that she's going to be sly, and we have this phone holder in the car at the time, and she turned it, and she turned the phone backwards so that she could see that I'm being filmed, and she's filming me. And so I'm not talking. I'm tired. I'm loopy. She gets me in the car, and I'm sitting there, and I am literally like just spaced out. Like there ain't nothing going on in my head. Like I'm just sitting here, and I look over and I see myself. And so now in my spaced out view, I'm going, why am I seeing myself? Like now it's caught me. Like I'm trying to figure all this out. I'm out of my mind. No, I'm not panicking. I'm just like, I just watched fish swim, man. So I can't figure out what in the world's what I'm seeing in my other.
Hey, you I'm me, not you.
So my wife keeps asking me these questions, and I'm kind of answering, not doing a whole lot. I'm just answering, and she would kind of chuckle and stuff like that. Well, she tried to get me to say something funny, and I said, "I know you're filming me." I remember that as plain as day. And I'm sure I said some funny things, but it wasn't like those ones where the people's like, and they start crying or they start being so goofy.
I have
and all that
kids.
stuff. Yeah. Like I wasn't like that, but yeah, I was like, I looked at her as she was talking. I just kept staring at the phone, and I said, "I know you're filming me," and that was it. She stopped it, and that was it. And then the rest of the day I crashed. But yeah, so she thought it was great that I come to, and I was like, yeah, the fish are swimming, and it's like they were. I'm high, Yeah,
like, that's the stuff they put you under with. Because when I had my wisdom teeth out, same thing. I was like, put me to sleep. I've never had a cavity, so like the only dental work I've ever had done in my life has been my wisdom teeth.
Yeah,
and I was like, I don't want to feel nothing.
It's gonna be nice.
I wish I was that way. Dude, I will tell you, one of the craziest and worst sounding things that I've ever had in my life was when they pulled the 2 teeth when I had braces, because they took that shot right up in the roof of your mouth, and that's nothing but cartilage. So you're just hearing it like.
I've had a lot of teeth removed, and I have bad genetics for teeth. Both my grandpas had their teeth pulled out by the time they were 20. So my teeth, they grow so tight, close together, that they crack each other. So I didn't use any. Growing up, I had spacers, but I broke those a couple times. But because they're sit on the they're the opposite of braces, which pull them. So these push, so they're not actually connected to anything. So I would take my tongue up underneath it and bend it back and forth, and I broke it in half one time with my tongue and got it stabbed right inside of my bottom of my jaw. But
yeah, I've had the spacers. I had the spacer before the braces. I hated it.
Yeah, I had this one time. I had my back wisdom tooth back here. It was not good. It was growing like this, and I didn't have $3,000 to have it take care of, so I let it go for a while. It broke in half, and I pulled it out like that. Pulled out one chunk, and I went to the dentist, and they were like, "How'd you get that out?" I'm like, "No, I just pulled it out." They were like, "Well, when did you get that other half out?" I'm like, "You're gonna put me under for it?" She goes, "You just pulled that other one out. Why would I put you under if you could pull out your own mouth, pull out your own teeth?" So she got in there. It was this little Asian lady that came in, and all I could hear was you could like feel
Right, you could feel it and you
force
could hear it.
of it. I'm like, dude, this little chick is strong.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. And she finally got it out. But like, is it just me, or is it like, are you supposed to look at them in the eye the whole time? They're like yanking on you, because like for me, I'm like totally like divert.
Dude,
like,
it's awkward.
I look everywhere else. I'm like, because like you see the scene up there. And you're like, oh, this is so nice, and then half a face just comes up over in front of you, and you're like, what do I do here?
And you're like, dude, I know I'm going to sneeze, and I'm like, so when I sneeze, like it's coming all over your face because I can't catch myself fast enough, or I can't stand when they talk to you.
Yeah.
Like your mouth is wide open. They've got this little suction thing in there, and they're prodding around.
Yeah,
like,
you got that chair in your mouth.
Yeah,
like,
so they're like, so how was your day today? Yeah. Oh yeah, really. And it's like they carry on this conversation. I could have literally
and they
said
understand, like how.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I think they always take everything for a positive thing. Like I could literally say it was the worst day of my life. I'm gonna go jump off a bridge, and they'd be like, "Oh, well, that's good. I'm glad." Like, so what. Like when I was a kid, are you going back to school? Oh, well, it's good that you have a day off. I just told you I was going back. What are you talking about?
Well, I think if you really think about it, though, like that's one of those jobs where you're literally just hands and mouth. So like they have to talk.
Yeah, I wouldn't want that job.
That's one of the nastiest jobs.
Because if you have somebody with bad breath, like you're, I mean, I know a lot of
Well,
times
you're
they were-
curing that bad breath, though, because technically you're brushing their teeth, right?
Yeah, but at the same time,
yeah,
you get people
but before they do that, they typically make you do a cleaning before they go in and start pulling stuff out.
yeah, but then you also have stuff like abscess, people that get
Oh, yeah,
abscess.
yeah.
And like it's like
There's more diseases in the human mouth than what you'd ever want to be. I wouldn't want to do it. I don't want to do anything in the medical field, period.
yeah, I can't do it.
But
I'm not.
I've done it, and it's not all terrible, but the mouth is nasty. It's just gross disgusting.
if I had a choice, if I had to be in the medical field, I would not want to be a dentist. I would not want to have anything to do with podiatry. And I wouldn't want to be an OBGYN. Like there's several
POD,
there's
like the feet doctor.
Yeah.
Podiatrist is a
Yeah.
foot doctor.
Yeah, but it sounded
You
like
know what I'd want to
said-
be in the medical field?
what?
A pharmacist. It's in the medical field. They go to school.
I would actually, in all honesty, I think it'd be cool to be an X-ray technician.
That would be cool. I don't know though. I don't like seeing broken bones. So like, am I weird for that? Like when somebody,
No, a lot of people don't get off put by human injuries.
well, no,
I don't like watching it.
well,
like where they
you know
show
how
those
people,
videos.
Yeah,
of-
people are like, oh, and they're like,
Yeah.
oh, you got to. Like I just immediately.
Yeah.
So
I don't want to see it.
When
don't
I
wanna
got out
look
of
at
high school, I was working as an ortho technician, and what you do is you set bones, you put pins in people's arms and legs, and all that stuff. So I've seen some pretty gross things. I had one guy, he came in to get a rotator cuff fixed, and a couple months before that, he had the other shoulder done. Well, he came back, and the shoulder that had got done first was hurting him. Was hurting worse than the one that he had just had done. And rotator cuff surgery is one of the most painful
that's
surgeries
horrible.
out there.
Yeah.
So he comes back and he's like, "Man, my left arm is killing me." And I'm like, "Well, let me just take a look at you or whatever." So just to let you know, if you ever go and have surgery, they put you in some of the most ungodly like positions that you can get into so that they can see where exactly where they need to work. You know?
Oh yeah, X-rays are
Yeah.
awful.
Well, I've seen them. I've sat in on a knee replacement that they take the leg, take it, and turn it completely around in order to get stuff in there. So like your foot is up to your face,
Yeah.
without anything. So, but anyways, this guy is complaining that his shoulder is hurting, and I went and I was like, looked at him, and I could see they dislocated the shoulder that they had already fixed, and you could see the bulge of the cup that's part of your sticking out. So there's this little ball sticking up underneath his skin.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh yeah, that's dislocated. And so even though you could see that, you still had to take him to X-ray and all that.
Right.
But man, we got in there, and he was a Michelin star chef. So, and he was in so much pain that we tried to do a bedside, relocate it back in there, or I guess that's technically what it's called.
Yeah.
Just put it back in the joint. Yeah. So we tried that. I wrapped a sheet around myself and him. And I mean, I was still a big dude back then, but I mean, I was more muscle than I was, chubby now. But so I was like leaning all my weight, and the doctor was like just trying to get him around. We couldn't get it, and we tried to take some Versed, which is it like puts you in like your brain to sleep, but you can still respond to commands. So you're not really, you just, and that we gave him as much as we could legally, and that dude was rattling off recipes the whole time. Like they had to take him into surgery and refix it.
Yeah, it's like I got
another one for you, John.
I can't watch that stuff happen. I will tell you though, with that being said, I've never been one that's like ever interested in it. But one of the worst stories I have, and this is in the construction field, it was cold. So, we're working in a half open buildings. The part that we're working in is not enclosed. It's all snow and ice. So it's cold. We're in our overalls and all that stuff. And these guys were doing the main gas lines. So when they're putting these gas pipe in, they're putting them in 20-foot sections. And they're like, 8-10 inches round, but they're extremely thick because they're handling the gas. They have to be extremely thick.
Right.
So these things are hundreds of pounds easy, and they're 20 foot long. So they got to put them in, and they have to get them ready to weld. If they have to weld in corners, they got to do it all down, and they pick it up, and they do welding up there and all that stuff. So this guy was wearing snow boots. He wasn't wearing construction rated shoes.
Like
he was wearing.
So he wasn't wearing steel toes.
No. He wasn't wearing authorized shoes on the job site. Period. He was wearing snow boots. It was cold, and he had an apprentice. And so they got this 20-foot stick of pipe, and they were putting it on the stands. And he told the apprentice, he's like, hey, he goes, we're going to have to slide it down this way. I don't have enough room, because he had to cut some stuff off. He's like, I'm going to have to slide it this way. So that guy, instead of waiting for him to give the command, he pushed his in, which kicked that guy's stand out. And that thing came down and landed on his foot. And it blew out 4 of his toes.
Yeah, I believe that.
Like it absolutely crushed. There was and there was no bone fragments left in a couple of his digits. Like it was bad. His big toe was and they couldn't even do nothing for him. What was bad about it was the only people that helped him was me and another one of the electrician guys. Like his boss came in and was like, I can't believe you did this. Like it wasn't even his fault. The guy couldn't walk. I mean, he just blew his toes out. Like, this dude's done for a long time. His boss goes, okay, come with me. They didn't call 911. They didn't do anything. And his boss wasn't even going to help him walk. So me and the other electrician, like, we grabbed him on either side, and we were carrying him to the van and stuff. But the thing about it is, I think it's one of those deals, like, if I had to do it, I would. Like, I could deal with it if I have to. But, like, if somebody's just like, oh, watch this, and I'm like, I can't take it.
See, I had a gentleman one time.
Can we change the subject?
This one's far more more gory than that one.
I don't want to hear it then.
And
we probably shouldn't share it because not all the listeners would like it.
It's
either.
all right.
I don't want to hear it.
This isn't an act. Well, it's an act. This gentleman, he was riding his motorcycle.
Yeah,
and
I know some stories like this. I see pictures of stuff like it.
He got T-boned and pinned.
Yeah,
and he broke his femur.
Yeah.
So. He didn't lose any body parts or anything like that. But what happens when you break your femur? Obviously, the strongest bone in the body.
That's hard.
Okay.
Yeah.
It externally rotates, so it goes outside the body like this, and then it instantly pulls in. Okay. So this is
you're squirming an awful lot there, John.
I hate it, man. I hate it so much.
It's extremely painful because you technically are having a cramp. It's 100% cramp because all that
the
pressure
femur is like, from what I heard, it's like the most painful bone you can break in your entire.
It is.
Well, it's the hardest bone to break in your body.
Yeah,
I mean it's the thickest bone. I mean when you think about it, I mean it's it's probably the size of my forearm.
Let's just keep. Let's
so
move along.
he comes to.
I want to be off of this topic. So bad.
He comes to the orthopedic floor, and he is in so much pain. He's screaming. We give him all the meds we could give. Well, we take a local anesthetic called lidocaine.
Trying to take your mind off of it.
Yeah. Just keep. I'm listening. I promise.
So we take lidocaine. Lidocaine is a local anesthetic that goes in and it numbs off surface tissue. So what you have to do in order to correct this is you have to take weight. It's 25% of the weight of that person and then you put it on the end of their leg, and it pulls out that bone and gives them relief. So we had to put pins down inside his leg. So what you do is you take your scalpel and you do a little incision. We did this all bedside. We didn't do this, and he's not under nothing. He's awake when we did this.
Yeah.
We made an incision, and we took 2 pins, and you take it literally looks like it's a Black & Decker drill, and we drilled into his bone while he's awake. And you wait, and what happens on the other side? You drill all the way through,
and you wait for it
to pinch up like this. And you make a little incision, and you're like, which is crazy. I'm like, I'm 19 years old helping out this ortho doc do this, and I'm like, this is amazing. And the guy is like screaming in his pillow, but the whole time I'm just like,
yeah. That's what my dad said when he had leukemia and he has to get his bone marrow checked. He's like, it's not bad until you see him wheeling a DeWalt drill, like a drill that I would use at home.
Yeah,
and because they got to dig into the bone, Yeah, it's kind of funny.
I would pay money right now to get off of this.
Hey, I will ask you though, and I think it's neat because I do say, I know there's a lot of people out there that's like they don't doctor, and I will never fall out with anybody that decides that we're going to trust in it. There's been there's been a lot of things that, well, to be honest with you, I talk about my back healing. I went to the doctor. I was looking at surgery and all that stuff. They gave me some, and I like I said earlier, I don't like taking pain meds. I don't like medicine at all. I've got my reasons, and I just don't. It has to take a lot for me just to take Tylenol.
Yeah.
And so I was on muscle relaxers, and I was doing that, and I would take them, and because it did help me. Like, it gave me some relief, especially doing an office job where you had to sit down a lot, and that's hard. But I told my wife, maybe 6 months before the Lord healed me, I was like, I am going to quit taking all this medication. I don't like what it makes me feel like. I don't like the effects of it. I don't want to get addicted to it, like to where I feel like I have to rely on it. I really feel like if I just quit, I'm just going to trust in the Lord. The Lord's going to heal me. And that's the route that I took. So I 100% have nothing but faith and confidence in people that are like, I do not doctor.
Yeah.
I will not go. I do not. And there's tremendous testimonies from that. But at the same time, I'm also on the other side where I'm like, the only way that they have this knowledge is if God allows them, allows that knowledge to happen, because this is what God created. So the only way that man's going to be able to do it is if God allows them a little look into his creation. I mean, the body itself is amazing, the intricacy and all that it does and everything like that. So the one thing that I'll say that I didn't really watch the procedure itself, but I've seen the outside view. So like, you couldn't see where they were doing the surgery itself, but they were showing, I read an article and they kind of showed a little clip where they were doing brain surgery on somebody, and you couldn't put them awake because they had to make sure that they wasn't losing any cognitive. So this guy was a guitar player. And so while they were doing surgery, he was awake. I mean, they've got his head cut wide open. And they're doing surgery, and he's playing the guitar the entire time.
I've singing.
Yeah. And they use that as a gauge if something happened or if anything went wrong, if he wasn't able to play the guitar. Yeah. It was, to me, that was one of the most amazing things that I'd ever seen.
That is really cool. I really just can't. I don't know why. It's something. So I used to not be so squeamish. I don't know if I told this story. I might have, I might not have. My mom was always trying to save a buck with a snake and was trying to snake our drain.
Mm-hmm.
And she had a pair of gloves on that was too big. And she was retracting the snake.
Yeah, that's asking for trouble.
She was retracting the snake, and the part of the glove got wrapped up in it, and it almost yanked my mom's thumb clean off. Like, it was barely hanging on by a piece of skin. So ever since then, I just can't do like the blood, the squeamish, it's the pain stuff. Like, it, for some reason, it messed with me.
Dude, I've almost lost my hands a lot.
I just can't do it.
So I used to be that way too, but I was working for the company I used to work for, and we did something at UC Hospital, and I walked in on a procedural room because it was the hospital, so it's also the school of science and stuff like that. And when I walked in there, I kind of got lost, so I didn't go in the right room. And it was evident when I walked in there and I seen a whole bunch of people working on a cadaver. So like the body's wide open and I'm just like, right there it is. I can't get away from it, you know? And I went to another place where they work on tissue where people donate their bodies and stuff like that.
And they can make tissue now.
Yeah. Which is up there by Spalding Road.
Yeah.
It's the place up there. I don't know what the name of it is. We called it Dayton Tissue, but that's not what it's called. I know it's something different.
Yeah.
So when I first was told that I was going to Dayton Tissue, I was thinking, oh man, that's a toilet paper factory. That's cool. You know what I mean? Like that's what I think of tissues. But it was this where they donate their body. But when they get there, it's tissue. It's not like body parts itself. So when they get it, the skin's already separated. All it is just basically hunks of meat.
It's the graft,
right?
Where they do the grafting for skin.
Well,
stuff like that.
They don't do the grafting there. They get it ready to send to the hospitals. Okay. So basically, they get the dismembered already ready to go, and then they just process it a little bit more to get what they need. Yeah. So this building
what
was
a weird thing to say.
This building, well, I mean, it's like I said, it's a medical marvel, really.
Yeah, it is.
So this building is fully active when I go to do this job. And a buddy of mine went the day before and went through the whole procedure. And so I called him and I was like, all right, so what can I expect? Because I've never been put in a position like this. I mean, since that day, there's several years that went by since I walked in on a cadaver being worked on, you know, and I was just like, oh, my bad. I walked out the door. So on this one, I was like, what's the procedure? What can I expect? What is all that? And so my buddy was like, well, so the maintenance guy met us, asked me if I have a history of passing out. And he said, all I did was I just said, to be honest with you, I've never been put in a position like this before. So I really don't know how I'm going to handle it. I don't really know what's going to happen. Like, I don't just pass out, but this is a completely different thing. And so he's like, the maintenance guy told him, said, okay, that's fine. Just follow me. We're going to walk in this path. Don't look left or right. Just look straight ahead and you'll be fine. Everything will be all right. And so my buddy is like, I did what he said. He's like, I seen something, but there wasn't like anything gruesome. So like, he's like, so it was fine. I was like, okay, cool. So I go there the next day. The maintenance guy comes to me and he asked me the same question. I go through all the safety procedures and all that stuff. And it comes to that point of, do you have a history of passing out? And I answered the same way. To be honest with you, I've never done it before, but this is new to me. I don't know what I'm going to do. This dude looks at me and he said, follow me. And he takes me to a viewing room and sits me down. And I'm like, dude, if he did this to my buddy didn't tell me I'm going to kill my buddy. But he didn't. I don't know, because
it probably was a different guy.
They had viewing rooms for people because they got people that donate money and all that stuff and partner with them, because you do have to have these doctors and stuff partner with you in order for you to do what you're doing. Yeah. So they let people view their procedures. So he takes me to this area. It's a big wide open window. And he said, go ahead. And he said, don't take a seat because I want to see what you're going to do. So like, this dude's half expecting me to pass out. So I'm just standing there, and all of a sudden this, person in a gown comes in and they're preparing something. I can't see what it is. They're preparing something. And all of a sudden, man, it's like, and it just looks like a leg of lamb is what that's what I could at that, because there was no skin, there was no nothing. So it just looks like, to me, I think it was like the inner thigh leg. Yeah. That's what it looked like to me. So he sat it there, and this dude, I can feel him. Like, I'm watching this whole thing. Now, I've not passed out. So in my mind, I'm going,
intrigued.
Yeah. Hey, this is
Can I
cool.
see some more of this?
Now I'm interested. And so the maintenance guy watches me for a little bit, and he said, you'll be okay. He's like, just stay in your path. Don't go in any other rooms. And he showed me how to go. So I'm walking through there now because Superman, right? I didn't pass out on anything or all that stuff. And it was really cool. Like, I seen a whole lot of stuff. What got me was when I looked in a room as I was walking through and they were rolling out skin. That's what got me. Like, they were rolling out skin like carpet. It was like, so I was like, yeah, that's when I felt like I was losing my color. And I said, yeah, I probably won't look in any more rooms again.
So My junior year of high school, I took college anatomy and physiology.
You're gonna live, John.
Why are we still doing this?
I'm getting ready to topple his story.
I don't want to hear it. I'm done. I don't want to do it.
My junior year of high school.
Happy Martin Luther King Jr. Day, everybody.
Yeah. I take college anatomy and physiology.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You can take those off. You can still hear me.
I know.
We take our final exam. I passed
so much.
flying colors, did good. I think I only missed one question out of it, out of the practical and out of the written. And if you passed, you got to go to Hocking Hills College,
Mm-hmm.
and you got to work on a cadaver.
Yeah.
It was the freakiest thing to think that my mom and dad signed up for a 17-year-old boy to go play with dead people. But I'm gonna tell you what, it was the coolest thing I think I've ever went and done. We got to go in there, cut a dude's head open, pull his brain out, played around with cut his arm open, played with the tendons, watched you pull the tendon and which tendon pulled the fingers and all that. My teacher, though, ripped his glove and was still playing in it.
Yeah,
with his ripped.
There ain't no
that,
way.
Yeah, that was disgusting.
Yeah.
With the glove, now I will tell you this. I think we had 3 or 4 hours. It took me a good hour and a half before I was comfortable to go in and actually start doing stuff. And I'll tell you this, the nastiest thing is they're soaked in formaldehyde.
Right.
And if you've ever smelt that, it is something that
it's disgusting.
It's disgusting.
It is absolutely disgusting.
And not just that, but if it gets in your nostrils, it's going to be there for a couple days.
Yeah.
And if it gets on your clothes, you're
done.
just
Throw those clothes away.
Yeah. So we all went home and like all our clothes were in trash bags and all this kind of stuff. But it was awesome. I've always wanted to worked in a medical field. My dream job was to be life flight. That's what I wanted to do. But the Lord had other plans. I was getting ready to go to school for it all and all that. And the adrenaline rush from trauma, like I've worked ER rooms, I've worked in psych wards and done all that kind of stuff. And I just loved it. That stuff was it was awesome.
Yeah. I never wanted to do anything medically, but my job put me in medical rooms and ER rooms and put me in situations. And now I'm teaching science, so I'm teaching some of this stuff. So it's like now I'm starting to get a little bit more interested in it. So, yeah.
My hometown, they used to
I worked in accounting.
Well, now I sell insurance, so it's a very different job. I prepare you for what if you can't get to the doctor.
Yeah.
Yeah. So my my hometown used to have a dog feed plant. So they would like process.
Was it Mars?
I don't know what it was or not. My dad went in for an interview and got was worked there for like his second job or whatever. Mm-hmm. But he would come home and smell
nasty.
Because guys would come in there, they would bring it because they don't use fresh horse meat or whatever.
Right.
It's if a farmer's horse dies, they come and do a service and get rid of it. It's like they literally tie it up around its leg and drive it through town and bring it in there. So like it's some gross nasty stuff. I will never forget.
Are you doing this just for fun at my expense?
that's legitimately what happens though, because we did work at a dog food place.
This is just my life.
No, I get it.
So there used to be one of those places in Waynesville.
Yeah. Well, now there's one in Batavia.
Yeah. Yeah, Mars.
I guess
here's the thing though.
So let me ask a question though. What makes somebody like, I want to do that? I want to work in that field.
People who get raised around sick people.
Farm hands would do that, or it could be the fact that there's just nothing else around and they need a job.
Are you talking about medical field? People who work in the medical field typically have been infected with people who've been sick. All my life, I grew up around in the hospital with my aunt had stage 4 leukemia when I was in the 4th grade. She's fought that clear up until she died a year after graduation. My mom helped her with that. My grandma had Alzheimer's, and my grandpa was always in the hospital. My uncle was always in the hospital. So like when you grow up around it, there's nothing.
That's that too. But also if you like science. There's sometimes where
I'm a science nerd. I love it.
So I love science too. I just went more on the engineering side with what I did.
I hate science. I've always hated science. Was my least favorite subject.
And I'm just not intrigued by the medical. I am especially intrigued with neurology.
With how it works.
Well, not just that, but like serial killers. I don't know what it is, but they fascinate me. Like getting into like how do you how do you get so demented from that? Like that's something that intrigues me.
So I can agree with that. The sociological part I can get with. I don't mind that. I don't want to see the remnants of their crime scenes. I want to dig into the deeping.
Dude, could you imagine being a crime scene cleaner?
No.
Dude, that's
no.
Well,
I have worked with a company where they had to do some of that stuff, and that would be like one thing that I probably would not be able to take.
I saw a YouTube short or TikTok, but I don't have TikTok. I use YouTube shorts. There's a guy on there that is a crime scene he's a crime scene cleaner. So after the investigation is done, he comes in. He told one of the nastiest ones I saw that he did was in a hot tub. He said somebody died in a hot tub that was running, and nobody knew about it for days. And that person basically
cooked to death.
It was cooked
or cooked afterwards.
He said I'd been doing it for like 10 years or whatever. He said that was the worst smelling scene.
How can you watch that but not hear our story?
It's not. I don't see anything. He's just telling the story.
Yeah, but we were just telling a story, and you were like dying.
All you see, but the problem is I'm not focusing. I'm focusing on the thing. He's just spraying out the hot tub. You don't see anything. But he's just like, he doesn't go into descriptive detail of like, there was a mutilated eye socket that was detached.
Her arms were cut off. Her legs were cut off.
I came in, I was called to a scene of a person that had deceased in a hot tub. The smell and like I said, it's just a nice little background video. It's like if you were cleaning a hot tub, there was nothing graphical about it.
What about when they because I've seen a guy like that, and like you can watch him pull up a sheet of skin off the tile floor.
I didn't see that guy. Same different guy.
Like it's like
if you start doing that stuff, I'm out. I don't. Like I said, I don't. It's something. Maybe like I said, I have a strong stomach. It just makes me cringe to the point where I can't like.
Well, I think strong stomach is objective. I don't think this is something that's going to gross anybody out no matter what happens.
I think
it's just a matter of
when people say it's strong stomach, it's what you can handle versus somebody else. Because I say I'm a strong stomach, but there's things that I can't handle that somebody else can.
Like I can do this kind of stuff, but like.
But if a bird comes at him, dude, he has a weak stomach.
Or a mouse. That felt good for me, by the way. That joke just felt good for me.
What have I done to you?
What the last 15 minutes? That's what you're. No, I just can't do it. I don't know why. Like, I understand, and I'm so like I said, I'm with you. I know some people are anti-doctor, and I know I'm right in the middle. I see both sides. I understand it. I'm thankful for people that are willing to do it, just like I'm thankful that are people that are willing to do sewage work. I'm thankful for people that are willing.
I've done that too.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I'm thankful for those people because I don't think I could.
I've walked across the plains of those vats where they're stirring the water. Like literally looked down and thought, if I misstep,
you got to drive past one to get to my house.
Yeah. Well, you know what's funny?
Oh, I know. I know when I'm in Middletown, and then I know when I'm in Trenton.
Well, the YouTube short thing, like I said, I get a bunch of random YouTube shorts. One of those guys is a septic cleaner guy. He does a joke at the end of it. He's like, and he shows his machine stirring it, and he goes, "Smells like money."
Yeah.
So like I said, I'm thankful for those guys because I don't think I
could.
Dude,
I helped my uncle one time. He had a buried septic, and so you had to even his access panel was like 3 feet underground. Like it was just gross. And we went and we were trying to clean it all out and, get down there. And we finally got the lid wasn't on it when we got all the dirt off. And the shovel went right through it and went like straight into it. Dad's like, guess we're going to have to go get another shovel, man.
Yeah, it's like I said, I wasn't a science guy.
The guys that could get down in that, there's no way.
Yeah.
I couldn't do that.
Yeah.
I like math. I was good at math and history. That was that was my thing. I was really good at those two things, and that's why I went into accounting and banking.
I can't handle it.
Yeah, right. Numbers, exactly. I like the back end number stuff.
Well, I hope we didn't gross anybody out too much, and maybe
did me.
Maybe you're like a freak like us that doesn't really bother us. But thanks for hanging out. Don't forget to send us an email at pulpit to the pew at gmail.com. Send us a text, a like, a comment, and we'll see you next week. See you guys.
See you, everybody.